Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. After a very good day for MTPredictor last Tuesday, which was August the 5th, we had another fantastic day yesterday, which was August the 7th. So I'd like to go over some of the trade setups yesterday. And again, this has been a great example of the cyclical nature of trading, whereas the day in between, which was Wednesday the 6th, you can see here, was a very choppy sideways day where the large degree trend was very unclear, so a very difficult day. After this, let's see what happened yesterday. As per advanced traders, I want to go to the 15-minute chart and let's have a look at the situation before the market even opened yesterday. So I want to go back to before the market even opened. Obviously this TS4 setup wouldn't have been here at the time. So what do we do for our large degree support and resistance areas? Well, for this we go to our higher time frame chart. Here I've drawn a 15-minute chart, and here we place our DPs on the chart. So I go to the prior pivot high, which is here, right mouse click, place the decision point. The important point on these are leading indicators. They are on the chart in advance. So let's see what happens. There's your level as a potential resistance. As we scroll forward, you can see actually the market went up and hit that high absolutely perfectly. So let's see what that means for a 3-minute chart. To scroll back on a 3-minute chart, let's put a bit of space on the right hand side so we can see what this looks like. Right, there you go. So before the market even opened, there would be your resistance area. Let's see what happens. The market opens, it goes up and hits that resistance area absolutely beautifully. The market then starts to decline down. So what should we start looking for now? Well, this higher time frame resistance defined this high here as what we call an important high. So after an important high has been established like this, the initial decline of the important high we'd define as a wave 1 in Elliott wave terms. We're now anticipating, or we're looking for, a potential ABC rally up into a potential wave 2. So you can see how this is all in advance. This is the beautiful thing about this. You're not second guessing as a market you react to a market as it's unfolding. You're anticipating and getting ready for this well before it happens. So let's see what happens. Well, here you can see the market goes up and it did exactly what we were looking for. In other words, we're looking for this to be an ABC correction, which was found by our tier 3 setup. So let's just go over this again. There's our high at a higher time frame resistance. That defines that as an important high. We had the initial decline down. We had the initial correction unfolding as an ABC. This in Elliott wave terms we define as a wave 2. If I place the analysis on here, why is this so special? Well, because we define this as a wave 2, it means that we wouldn't be looking for a standard trade into the first target. We also would not be looking to go with the STF color, because a wave 2 is the initial correction. There would always be against the STF color. We're looking for this to be a potential wave 3 type of swing. So let's drag this target down, and that would be our potential target. Remember, we use our correct position sizing, so we vary the number of lots, contracts or shares to keep our initial risk small under control. So this would be a potential profit of 7.3, or just over 7 times greater than the initial risk. This is what we call our holy grail trade setup, and the reason is because the profits are much larger than the initial risks. Let's have a look what happened. The market, as you see, did exactly what we were anticipating, went straight down there, hit the typical wave 3 WPT for a potential 7-hour profit. I want to go back now and have a look at the 15-minute chart, because as it's declining down, what I probably would have done is come back to the last swing pivot here and had that on as a potential larger degree support zone. If we go back to the 3-minute chart, and I want to scroll back, you can see that actually our typical wave 3 WPT was in the area of that support zone, so I'd be anticipating that that would be an area where support would come in. So look to take profit at that area rather than look to run with the ATR stop. So that would have banked a profit of approximately 7 times the initial risk. This is a perfect example of our holy grail trade setup, so a very nice trade. If I now turn the space off so we can see what happened the rest of the day, you can see that actually banked a very nice profit there indeed. If you had have trailed with the ATR stop, it would have actually made a slightly higher profit of near a 9R return, as you can see there, but I just wanted to show you the slightly less return as a bit more of a conservative approach. So there you go, being short from there into the first target, which would be the typical wave 3 WPT for this Holy Grail trade set up for a lovely 7-hour profit. And I wanted to stress that the reason this is so good is that we had our 15-minute resistance zone on our chart before the market even opened, and we were anticipating this particular Holy Grail trade setup even before the market even got there. So was there anything else later in the day? Well, for me, the best trade later in the day was on the YM. And I want to go back by putting a little bit of space on the right hand side to again just show you how we can actually anticipate these setups coming in advance so you're ready for them. Market is declining down here. One technique we use is we look for a potential support or resistance off the DP off the last swing into a high or low. So here the market's going down, there's a low, that's the last pivot or the last swing into the low, so we'd have a DP off this area here. This would give, oops, missed. This would give us an area of where we're anticipating potential resistance. As you can see, it's on the chart before the market even gets there. So as the market's rallying, you're looking for potential resistance in this particular area. In other words, it's there ready before the market even gets there. So of course, when the market does get there, and in this case did a perfect ABC correction into a TS4 sell, it means you can react to that really, really quickly. Of course, if you have your market analyzer or NinjaTrader running, you'd have been alerted to that as well. But I wanted to stress here, or show you here, how these areas can be there in advance to get you prepared in advance before these trade setups come in. Let's place the analysis on. Standard trade setup here. STF was also red. There's your first target for potential 6-hour profit. What happened the rest of the day? Well, I'll just turn the space off, the right hand space off, so we can get a better view of what happened the rest of the day. And there we go. You can see that the YM did indeed decline from that level. In fact, that TS4 sell setup nailed the very bar of that corrective high. The market declined down beautifully into the first target there where the STF was still weak. So you'd come out for a lovely 6-hour profit. Again, correct position sizing varies the number of long lots, contracts or shares to keep your initial risk small under control. Profit of 6 times that greater than that initial risk was a very good result. And just look where the profit target came in, right at the low of the day. Isn't that lovely when you actually have a bounce like that and you come out with profit at the low of the day? So yesterday was a very, very good day, or another very good day for MTPredictor this week, where we had an absolute perfect TS4 sell for a very, very nice 6-hour profit. Again, I wanted to stress of how that area could have been anticipated in advance for a resistance. And also an absolute perfect example of our Holy Grail trade setup, which was this TS3 sell here after the initial high at that 15-minute decision point, down to the first target there for 7.2, 7.3 hour profit. So a very, very good day for MTPredictor again. In fact, it's been a very good week, as I said at the start of the video. Tuesday the 5th, as you can see in the previous recording on the website, was a very good day as well. Yesterday, or the day after that, sorry, Wednesday was a slightly harder day, a choppier day, but then yesterday came back in our cycle, and yesterday, which was Thursday the 7th, produced some very, very good trades as well. So hopefully that's been a good example of not only the cyclical nature of the markets and how the markets go through good times, bad times and harder times, but also a good example of some of the MTPredictor trade setups that unfolded yesterday, particularly how you can use the tools in MTPredictor to anticipate these levels in advance. In other words, you're preparing for these trades, not just reacting for them as they unfold.